Thank you for joining us in our series of videos regarding the importance and uniqueness of 5G. Bill, in our first conversation, you were sharing with us a little bit of information about just how big 5G is, how it is literally a game changer. You mentioned 20 times faster than the existing network. It sounds almost like a superhighway. Give me. I've heard that before. You and I have talked about that before. Explain what you mean by that.
Well, if you think in terms of superhighway, think of I-75, and try going down I-75 in rush hour traffic, and you're going 20 times faster, handling 10 times the volume of cars with on and off ramps all over the place. So trying to coordinate that is just going to be a nightmare, and that's what we're basically a $3 trillion project to accomplish this in the U.S. alone.
All right, I know there's got to be an orange barrel joke in there somewhere, but
yes.
No, but give me some of the technology pieces of it. Obviously, you've got the background coming out of Cincinnati Bell and so forth, being in the business for a number of years. When you're talking about a seamless technology, what does that mean to us that aren't in the business?
Seamless technology really gets down into the network and how the network is handling all this data. And the network basically takes information, breaks it apart, reassembles it, and then makes sure that it has end-to-end communication. So the bottom line is you have just tremendously increased power in the network to achieve this, and more software, and also thinking in terms of an existing system, which is a legacy system with other systems hanging off of the network. So what you have here is just a huge opportunity for companies to come in and help, and it's going to be a long project, but it's going to be ongoing for several years at least.
Okay, so we're looking at a long project. The previous video you mentioned that it's not just a domestic project, it's a global project.
It is, Ray, and like I said before, there's one glitch in this, and that China is the leader in 5G technology, and the company there is Huawei. And so that's caused a lot of consternation in this country, and so there's actually a war between the U.S. and China on who is going to get there first on 5G, and it looks like China's winning the war. However, you've got companies like AT&T and Verizon that are rolling out 5G now, and the initial rollouts are going to be targeted to the larger cities. As a matter of fact, the new Verizon 5G phone is out now, and it's for sale at $1,400.
Okay, so if we're looking at a new 5G phone, we're already at the point where they're manufacturing devices that can handle that 20 times faster system.
That's correct.
Okay. When we look at the 5G as an upgrade, how much money is Verizon, AT&T, I mean, the companies that you would know that a lot of us wouldn't recognize that would be behind the scenes. So how much money is going to get spent, Bill?
Total, we're talking about $12 trillion over the next 10 or 15 years, and not only in implementing 5G, but also the huge number of applications that are going to flow off of this, because now you're going to have increased speed, which leads to more and more software application. It's going to change the doctor-patient relationship significantly. It's going to change the programming on your smartphone and what you can see. It's going to change car technology.
So the driverless cars and
self-driving
self-driving
cars
cars
is absolutely part of this whole picture. Yes, it is. And trucks, not only cars, but trucks.
So at the end of the day, we're looking at this. This is something that you could make the parallel would be as significant as the Industrial Revolution.
It is, quite frankly. And when you really think in terms of the network, you think of congestion, because if you think of I-75 at rush hour compounded by all the additional traffic, congestion is really key. So if the network's not right, and if the right people aren't there to make sure that the network is correctly implemented, you've got congestion, you've got problems, then everything falls apart.
Interesting. Thanks for sharing some more information. I appreciate it. Thank you.